Free Tax USA. Free?
What up, YouTube? This is Getty Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a double salute to all of my supporters and anyone watching this video right now. And if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, and join the Getty Gang. Why don't you? Let's get to the content. Okay, we already know what went down in Houston pertaining to the death of Takeoff, and rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family. But the Prince family has finally come out and spoken on $1 million worth of game, and J. Prince blames Migo Bands for the entire situation and for the death of Takeoff, man. And he has some choice words for Offset. Wack 100 chimes in on the situation, and he says that J. Prince Sr. is talking a little too much. It gets interesting. I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Shout out to Wack 100. Shout out to 100 ENT. This is Getty Radio. Let's go.
Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he wouldn't have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston, because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening is from his action. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff, because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Takeoff didn't deserve that. You know, so that's the worst thing that I could think of, because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean? It's bubbly and lovey-dovey.
Right.
You know.
All right, so yeah, he talking about the nigga that was with Quavo. The A&R.
Yeah, so Wack, check it out.
Oh, is that his brother? Is that Quavo brother?
No, he the A&R for Honcho Records, but he definitely with Quavo. But check it out. They say the police say the bullets went into the bowling alley that Willie Bland had. Right, and it sounds like, based off what J. Prince is saying, he's saying that Willie Bland probably tried to shot first, so and that's what started all of it. And his dude Patrick shot back.
He's a rat.
No, he swung first.
He definitely is telling in the paperwork.
He's telling. Listen. If J. Prince is sitting there saying Willie shot first and the paperwork ain't stipulating that, he telling.
He definitely telling.
That's where I'm coming. That's where I've been trying to get this to the whole time. J. Prince is telling.
If that is saying Willie Blunt, his brother, because of his son or somebody. He told them that was there. It was just, listen, any assistance from the streets to law enforcement is telling. I don't give who you are. Nah, the car wasn't white. It was red. You telling. If it says in there that WAC 100 identified the car as being red, I'm telling. This is just what it is. So if that paperwork doesn't say that Willie shot first and then Patrick returned fire, and that's how Takeoff was killed. If that paperwork don't say that, and that's Jay Prince narrating, that's not even narrating. That's Jay Prince saying, I'm telling y'all, Willie Bland's the one shot first and then Patrick returned fire. If those are his words, and no investigator has put that in a police report, he telling.
Yeah, that's where I'm telling you. That is where I was going, getting around. Around this whole thing to he is telling, he is, and if not, his son's in there telling.
All we want to see is what's being said in the work versus what he voluntarily saying.
That's it. That's all we want to see.
But see, so he killing himself though by talking.
See, because this what's going on, world, that y'all listening. See, motherfuckers be mad at me because I call it how I see it. But this what I know. Let that be whack. Adding to some shit that ain't in the paperwork. You motherfuckers have crucified me. So I'm going to remain to be the crucifier, a.k.a. Lucifer, without the biblical motherfucking bullshit tied to it. I got the tail, the horns, and the motherfucking dragon breath. We flaming shit up over here. So yeah, I'm going to get get involved. I'm going to.
So let me explain to you what you just said. Basically, he been the devil's advocate. That's what he's saying. He been the devil's advocate. I get it. Be the devil's advocate so you can say the shit that people don't want to say. But you know, you can hear that shit being said by somebody else, even if you want the person, but you know what the fuck. I'm one of them people, I read that shit. You feel me? Yeah. He even though he say he playing the devil's advocate, he said it in a very descriptive way, too. I appreciate that.
Going to get involved because Little Doodle Dot chose to go to $1 million worth of game. Again, Little Doodle Dot chose to go to $1 million worth of game when nobody on Quavo on them side is doing interviews. They ain't saying shit. He hollering his names that ain't said nothing. He hollering his names. Y'all ain't got a motherfucking thing to say about Lil Doodle Dot, a.k.a. Lil J Rent or Big J Rent, a.k.a. Squarehead Sherman. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this nigga running around like fucking Offset said, right? What about this man's family? You keeping this shit going, nigga. Ain't nobody said nothing. You running around on the motherfucking world tour doing interviews, clout chasing. You say you ain't this, you say you ain't that. You clout chasing.
Hey, let me ask my YouTube family something, man. Do you think that Jay Prince Jr. and his family coming out to speak about the Takeoff Death situation, do you think that this is a clout chasing move, or do you think that they're genuinely just trying to clear their name, man? Because people have been killing them, slaughtering them in the public when it comes down to the handling of Takeoff's death, man. A lot of speculation was put out there, a lot of cannon fodder, a lot of rumors, and a lot of people even blamed them for Takeoff's death. Some people even speculated or accused them of setting him up, like they wanted to take out Quavo and ended up taking out Takeoff by mistake, man. So how do y'all feel about this, man? Do you think that this was a smart move for them? Do you think Jay Prince Sr. handled himself properly in the interview? Did you see a little arrogance? Did you see a little nonchalantness in their body language and things like that, man? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Let's get back to it.
Right? You got your son sitting there talking about mob ties. Ain't nobody.
So playing that shit live, I see genuine actions out of them people. But I'm gonna play this shit some more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. I'm new to this shit. I'm serving the Most High.
Nobody in the mob ever condone rape. You gotta still file, and I dare you, Jay Prince Jr., go get all your work every time you've been locked up. And if you lie, I'll go to Atlanta and go find that girl, which I already found her. That you got the rape case on. Ain't nobody in the mob condoning the motherfucker. Let's put that on the table now. You don't for beating women and taking pussy, right? It's been up on you. It's up on you right now every day. Right? So at the end of the day, all y'all wonder, why Wack? I'm going to tell you why Wack. I was fucking with the Migos before he was. I was fucking with the Migos when I had to put them in my Rolls Royce and drive them because all they want to eat is Taco Bell. Right? So I got a right to speak on
Taco Bell.
QC, my family, been my family, always my family. We ain't lose a draw, right or wrong. Right? So, end of the day, if Jay Prince is saying things in the interview about a crime that was committed that's not already documented in the paperwork, that is telling. Whether he do it, I do it, don't matter who does it. That's telling. So we need to get that work compared to what he's saying, and let's read what it really say. And then what pissed me off is, they released this right now strategically because I know Quavo just did this
Grammy joint.
performance over here at the Grammys, this tribute. Then y'all released this shit on the tribute day, piggybacking off that shit. But everybody want to act like, you know, ain't nothing weird going on.
Hey, Wack, and there's so much shit we can dissect off this interview. It's over for these weirdos. They fucked up.
But I know this. See, the fact that he did this interview, we're going to see if what he's saying, all that extra such and such pod person and all that, that better be in that work. If that's not in that work,
no, this is bad work then. This is bad work.
Tell it.
Wack, I was out.
We got some paperwork that says, little D5 first, right? And it's saying I said that. I'm telling you.
He told how he got the gun, how he got the gun and everything.
That never has mentioned a little D of nobody firing first. All we know is they both had guns. The gun is the murder weapon. That's all we know. That's all we know. We don't know who shot first. We don't know. We ain't got no camera footage. We ain't got none of that. And here I come and say, nah, Lil D fired first. I'm telling. I just added to the information that the law enforcement and the DA did not have.
Wack, he told how they motherfucking got the gun, how they got the gun in the first place. How he told how they got the, like, oh, he got it from my son in the trunk. That's telling off top. No, they didn't have that information.
You know, at the end of the day, his son, the fact that he's trying to prevent, I don't know what, well, my son giving you the gun. Nigga, just let that be your son's word against his. Right? That ain't too hard to beat. The gun that he alleging your son gave him ain't the murder weapon. Why are you doing all this yapping? What your mob ties mean? Tie everybody to it? You doing? You ain't supposed to do no hollering. I know all you niggas listening. A lot of Texas dudes, Houston dudes predominantly, y'all listen, y'all always get mad. But you know, like I know, ain't supposed to be no talking, no interviewing, or no discussing, or no open motherfucking case. that he ain't even named in. Nigga do anything save his son and look like. So before y'all get mad at this nigga whack, whack only. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because your man is talking. Something he ain't supposed to do. He is not supposed to be saying nothing about nothing. And you motherfuckers know it. Call a spade and stop selective politicking. This is an open motherfucking case.
That nigga wasn't even there, huh?
Talked about nothing. He wasn't even there. The nigga said he was in his
he
bed.
talking like he was
went
there.
To the streets. He didn't went to the streets, talked to all these people, and now he on a motherfucking podcast talking. I know y'all get mad at whack, but I want you to keep it real. If you was the one fighting the open case, would you want this nigga talking? He ain't supposed to be talking about nothing. That's their job to figure it out. The Fifth Amendment. You have the right to remain silent if you're a suspect. He ain't even a suspect. This is taking the place of Maury Povich. It's Maury. Bro, I just know he ain't supposed to be talking, and I'm going to stand on it. If it is not in that paperwork, I don't give a fuck about who said it. If it's not in the paperwork, giving a descriptive or identifying who fired what gun first, that means he is giving up information that law enforcement does not have, and that is telling.
All right, we gonna leave it right there, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this audio, man. Wack 100 flames up Jay Prince and the Prince family for coming $2 million worth of game and speaking a little too reckless and speaking on
desk in the bed.
That's on my motherfucking ride. I ain't got it too many times to have five and still live. It's like Saturday Night Live.
This shit go for any nigga. It's dangerous. I had to spit it for my city, nigga.
You are staring down the barrel of 300 years of subjugation, racist bullshit, and heart disease.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me go over here and play another song real quick.
And tell Big Go to bring his motherfucking bitch ass up the fuck.
That's for another day. This one is dangerous music. Shout out to the sponsor. Number of the show is good. We are the one.
Yo, it's a problem for these niggas. Somebody better tell them. Was the kid they called the menace that grew to be a felon? Did a lot of dirt, nickel and dime, move a lot of work. But when you this smooth, the street life got a lot of perks. But niggas don't stand on their word, I don't respect it. Time get replaced with blood for that investment. Fate better think twice, no I don't accept it. It's been a cold world before them other niggas said it. You touch a stack, you get clapped. Bitch, I ain't into that. I sling packs and came back. Crack in the Reynolds wrapped to 38.
Give me a second. I'm trying to copy the Zoom link and put it in the chat. All right, here we go.
Now we up. We ain't wishing for luck. Y'all the reason shit weak, cause you ain't hitting the niggas plotting to get me. I guess I gotta slide on them. Load up to send me, get close and fire on them. You thought I was pussy, guess I got a surprise for them. Oh, that's your mans, I bet you don't want to die for them. Niggas plot to get me.
There we go. Zoom link in the chat. Now I just got to pin it. Grand Rising, everybody.
Thought I was pussy, guess I got a surprise for them.
That's it. Give me a couple minutes.
I bet you don't want to die for them. Yo, if this pimp got a ton of O's.
I'm gonna set up a couple videos I want to play. Then we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna let people up.
But she always fighting with herself till I break it up. Niggas lose focus trying to hate on others.
Grand Rising, power to the truth,
trying to hold it down. The only way is
shout out to my brother Zolan. Grand Rising, bro. Much love, respect to you and the family.
Pussy that mean lady parts. Spend a block on the few niggas. Yeah, one of those. You could be as cool as a band. You had it coming though. Bullets like to fly in the air, no fabrication. They fly like first class and needed fabrication. Black ops should have cracked tops in your backdrops. Should have really
gonna play a couple songs.
When it snapshots, niggas watching don't understand.
And then I'm gonna play a couple videos I want to play. We're gonna listen to a couple Malcolm X old speeches.
Get close and fire on them. You thought I was pussy, guess I got a surprise for them. Oh, that's
shout out to all the sponsors. Chris Cypher, Ron Flat Power Guy, Richard TSL Flat Motherfucking Power, Prophet Levi, Brother Sanchez, Dangerous Music. Shout out to sponsor Prophet Levi also. Appreciate y'all.
Shalom in his life, one thing sacred. His moms can't quite understand how shit has become.
Grand Rising. The link should be pinned to the chat.
Out here, deep in the
you know, I'm gonna play a couple videos, couple of old Malcolm X videos, and a little bit, and then we're gonna open it up. And this ain't gonna be a long stream, 3-4 hours top, 3 hours top. Quick little tapping. Talking about Black history, dead history. Talking about Malcolm X. Most of our leaders or past leaders is dead.
Managing chips along the way, crossroads and family split. Damn it, it's sick. Swear all we need is each other. Want your cheddar talk, cholesterol increasing the butter. No need for role models. They drug influence. If I ain't care why I put so much love into it. How we do music, forgetting to put love into it. Destroying the game when our kids got a sub into it.
Once upon a time, a man got fucked. Now, how is that for a story? Because that's the story of Black people in America. On the train. You don't know.
Give me 1 second. Dang.
I bet you missing me, wishing you was kissing me. Now you guilt tripping from the things that you did to me. Tell them how you screwed me over when you mention me. Being broken, chasing after you, that thing is history. It ain't no history. Used to think you was meant for me. Then you tried to play me, and now it don't make no sense to me. But you should know it. This music is a gift for me. Cause all the things I bottled, things I turned into a symphony. An empty graveyard, shorty wasn't digging me. Trying to wear my heart on my sleeves and keep my dignity. A lot of things changed from the last way you remember me. I did everything you said, you couldn't picture me. You see me happy and it's not you. Cause you was playing with my feelings, but don't worry, girl, I got you. Oh, I ain't tripping, but I'm about to. You remember my every dream, now I'm living it without you. You see my lady and she not you. What goes around comes around, look how reality got you. I'm everything that I amount to. Now you sitting probably regretting that I'm doing this without you. I remember trying to talk and you telling me to get over it. Now you wanna talk and I'm telling you that it's over with. Acting like it wasn't your fault when you know it is. Talking you've been giving it thought, but we've been over this. I was trying to better my life and you just played around, hoping you could see what I see. I ain't gonna wait around, yeah, I got it even the score. My game, I lay it down, hard for you to love me before. Easy to say it now. You ain't wanna give me the time. Now you see it wasn't just lies, that shit corny. Listen to you tell me you sorry, it really bore me. So get ready to relive how it felt when you dipped on me. You see me happy and it's not you. Cause you was playing with my feelings, but don't worry, girl, I got you. Oh, I ain't tripping, but I'm about to. You remember my every dream, now I'm living it without you. You see my lady and she not you. What goes around comes around, look how reality got you. I'm everything that I amount to. Now you sitting probably regretting that I'm doing this without you.
I got a couple short videos for y'all. We're gonna listen to some old Malcolm X Johns. They got one right here. Let's start it off. Grand Rising, power to the people, man. Much love, much respect. And this Malcolm X back, any means necessary.
Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies. Everybody is here. As many of you know, last March, when it was announced that I was no longer in the Black Muslim movement, it was pointed out that it was my intention to work among the 22 million non-Muslim Afro-Americans and to try and form some type of organization or create a situation where the young people, our young people, the students and others, could study the problems of our people for a period of time and then come up with a new analysis and give us some new ideas and some new suggestions as to how to approach a problem that too many other people had been playing around with for too long. And that we would have some kind of meeting and determine at a later date whether to form a Black nationalist party or a Black nationalist army. There have been many of our people across the country from all walks of life who have taken it upon themselves to try and pool their ideas and to come up with some kind of solution to the problem that confronts all of our people. And tonight we are here to try and get an understanding of what it is they've come up with. Also, recently, when I was blessed to make a trip or a pilgrimage, a religious pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, where I met many people from all over the world, plus spent many weeks in Africa, trying to broaden my own scope and get more of an open mind to look at the problem as it actually is. One of the things that I realized, and I realized this even before going over there, was that our African brothers have gained their independence faster than you and I here in America have. They've also gained recognition and respect as human beings much faster than you and I. Just 10 years ago on the African continent, our people were colonized. They were suffering all forms of colonization, oppression, exploitation, degradation, humiliation, discrimination, and every other kind of Asian. And in a short time, they have gained more independence, more recognition, more respect as human beings than you and I have. And you and I live in a country which is supposed to be the citadel of education, freedom, justice, democracy, and all of those other pretty sounding words. So it was our intention to try and find out what was our African brothers doing to get results so that you and I could study what they had done and perhaps gain from that study or benefit from their experiences. And my traveling over there was designed to help to find out how. One of the first things that the independent African nations did was to form an organization called the Organization of African Unity. The purpose of our organization of Afro-American Unity, which has the same aim and objective, to fight whoever gets in our way.
Just like we don't have no unity over here.
To bring about the complete independence of people of African descent here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary. That's our motto. The purpose of our organization is to start right here in Harlem, which has the largest concentration of people of African descent that exists anywhere on this earth. There are more Africans here in Harlem than exist in any city on the African continent, because that's what you and I are, Africans. The Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights are the principles in which we believe, and that these documents, if put into practice, represent the essence of mankind's hopes and good intention, desirous that all Afro-American people and organizations should henceforth unite so that the welfare and well-being of our people will be assured. We are resolved to reinforce the common bond of purpose between our people by submerging all of our differences and establishing non-sectarian constructive programs for human rights. We hereby present this charter. Number one, the establishment. The Organization of Afro-American Unity shall include all people of African descent in the Western Hemisphere. In essence, what it is saying, instead of you and me running around here seeking allies in our struggle for freedom, in the Irish neighborhood or the Jewish neighborhood or the Italian neighborhood, we need to seek some allies among people who look something like we do. And once we get their allies, it's time out for you and me to stop running away from the wolf right into the arms of the fox, looking for some kind of help. That's a drag. Number two, self-defense. Since self-preservation is the first law of nature, we assert the Afro-Americans' right to self-defense. The Constitution of the United States of America clearly affirms the right of every American citizen to bear arms. And as Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution. The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves, or we will continue to be a defenseless people at the mercy of a ruthless and violent racist mob.
This $69 muscle hack is taking over the market like crazy. Just use it for 15 minutes per day to...
My bad.
And all the other slaves look up to him. Then he used Tom to control them. The same strategy that was used in those days is used today by the same white man. He take a Negro, so-called Negro, and make him prominent, build him up, publicize him, make him a celebrity.
Right into the arms of the fox, looking for some kind of help. That's a drag. Number two, self-defense. Since self-preservation is the first law of nature, we assert the Afro-Americans' right to self-defense. The Constitution of the United States of America clearly affirms the right of every American citizen to bear arms. And as Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution. The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves, or we will continue to be a defenseless people at the mercy of a ruthless and violent racist mob.
All right, that was by any means necessary.
And all the other slaves look up to him. Then he used Tom to control them.
This video right here is my house nigga and the field nigga.
To understand this, you have to go back to what young brother here referred to as the house Negro and the field Negro back during slavery. There was two kinds of slaves. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with master. They dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, what he left. They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro. If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would. If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. He identified himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy. What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house nigger. And that's what we call him today because we still got some house niggers running around here. This modern house Negro
Those
loves his master.
the house niggas.
He wants to live near him.
2023.
He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here. I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You're nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say. While you left your mind in Africa. On that same plantation, there was the field Negro.
Yeah, I'm the field nigga.
The field Negro, those were the masses. There was always more Negroes in the field than there was Negroes in the house. The Negro in the field caught hell. He ate leftovers. In the house, they ate high up on the hole. The Negro in the field didn't get nothing but what was left of the insides. They call them chitlins nowadays. In those days, they call them what they were, guts.
J. Peter Inspiring Matriarch. Much love. Y'all probably can hear me better now.
The field Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. And he hated his master.
Yes, sir. We all have a past. That's a fact. Working class, yeah, that's a fact. We all been working hard all our life.
This master. But that field Negro, remember.
But we know that master is the government now and these religious organizations.
Hey, it's Dana.
Let me get rid of that commercial.
So excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guests just have terrible internet issues?
Get rid of that ad, my bad.
When the house caught on fire, he didn't try and put it out. That field Negro prayed for a wind, for a breeze.
Okay, hold on.
The field Negro prayed that he died. If someone come to the field Negro and said, let's separate, let's run, he didn't say, where are we going? He said, any place is better than here.
Thank you, Purple Stone. I fixed it.
You got field Negroes in America today. I'm a field Negro. The masses are the field Negroes. When they see this man's house on fire, you don't hear these little Negroes talking about our government is in trouble. They say the government is in trouble.
Y'all heard that, right? Niggas still be saying, our government in trouble.
Imagine a Negro, our government. I even heard one say, our astronauts. They won't even let him near the plant. And our astronauts.
Them niggas be acting like they been up to the moon with them. Our astronauts. We been to the moon. Yeah, we have. We landed on the moon.
Our Navy. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. Just as the slave master in that day used Tom, the house Negro, to keep the field Negroes in check. The same.
We got a lot of goddamn house Negroes out here caping for this government, this state, these religions. They tell us we got to start at City Hall. We got to pray harder. We got to work harder. That's them house niggas.
Same old slave master today has Negroes who are nothing but modern Uncle Toms, 20th century Uncle Toms,
Hey,
to
brother,
keep
now,
you and me
we've
in
been
check,
crawling for too long,
keep us
bro.
under control,
That's that retarded
keep us
shit. You
passive
gotta get
and
up
peaceful
walk.
and nonviolent. That's Tom.
Hey, brother Knowledge, we've been crawling for too long. It's time for us to get our dead asses up and walk, man. We've been crawling for 300+ years, 400 years, crawling. It's time to get the fuck up and walk like you got some sense.
Making you nonviolent. It's like when you go to the dentist
Making you non-violent.
and the man is going to take your tooth.
Oh, y'all non-violent niggas. Only want to be violent towards your own fucking kind. Y'all good house niggas. Scared ass niggas. Non-violent ass niggas.
You're going to fight him when he start pulling.
Haru,
So
what's
they
good?
squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine
Much respect, Haru.
to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening.
We still got
Because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully.
taking that jab.
The white man do the same thing to you in the street.
Caping for the information.
When he gonna want to put knots on your head and take advantage of you and don't have to be afraid of you fighting back. To keep you from fighting back, he get these old religious Uncle Toms to teach you and me. They're just like Novocaine, suffer peacefully. Don't stop suffering, just suffer peacefully. As Reverend Cleave pointed out, let your blood flow in the streets. This is a shame.
This odd water hack lets you pee 2.5 times faster than the average man. Most people continue to take.
And you know he's a Christian preacher. If it's a shame to him, you know what it is to me.
Much respect, E.D. Like I said, you still got these niggas still caping for this fucking government. Still caping for the lies. That's a good house nigga. That's a house nigga today. A 2023 house nigga.
Because nothing in our book, the Quran, as you call it, Quran, teaches us to suffer peacefully. Our religion teaches us to be intelligent, be peaceful, be courteous, obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts his hand on you, send them to the cemetery. That's a good religion. In fact, that's that old-time religion.
That's how that religion got our people now. Turning the other cheek, scared to die. Don't have no morals, can't stand on nothing. Leaving on God or Jesus.
That's the one that Ma and Pa used to talk about. An eye for an eye,
Love, Brian.
and a tooth for a tooth, and a head for...
Shout out to my brother Brian. If y'all haven't, make sure y'all sub up to my brother Brian, Flat Power Guy, Key Norfolk. If y'all got a channel link, y'all welcome to throw y'all channel link down at any time. You don't have to ask. Anytime I'm live, share your channel. You have permission. That's what we do over here.
For a head, and a life for a life. That's a good religion. And then anybody, no one resents that kind of religion being taught but a wolf who intends to make you his meal. This is the way it is with the white man in America. He's a wolf and you're a sheep. Anytime a shepherd, a pastor, teach you and me not to run from the white man, and at the same time teach us don't fight the white man, he's a traitor to you and me. Don't lay down our life all by itself. No. Preserve your life. It's the best thing you got. And if you got to give it up, let it be even Stephen. The slave master took Tom and dressed him well and fed him well and even gave him a little education. Gave him a long coat.
That's them corporate American niggas. Got them in the suit and ties. They getting paid good money. That's the ones he talking about right there. The preachers, the corporate America, the university niggas.
And a top hat and made all the other slaves look up to him. Then he used Tom to control them. The same strategy that was used in those days is used today by the same white man.
Have a good night.
He take a Negro, so-called Negro, and make him prominent.
Have a good night.
Build him up, publicize him, make him a celebrity. And then he becomes a spokesman for Negro and a Negro leader. I would like to just mention one thing else quickly, and that is the method that the white man uses, how the white man uses these big guns or Negro leaders against the Black Revolution. They are not a part of the Black Revolution. They're used against the Black Revolution. When Martin Luther King failed to desegregate Albany, Georgia, the civil rights struggle in America reached its low point. King became bankrupt almost as a leader. Plus, even financially, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference was in financial trouble. Plus, it was in trouble, period, with the people when they failed to desegregate Albany, Georgia. Other Negro civil rights leaders of so-called national stature became fallen idols. As they became fallen idols, began to lose their prestige and influence, local Negro leaders began to stir up the masses. In Cambridge, Maryland, Gloria Richardson. In Danville, Virginia, and other parts of the country, local leaders began to stir up our people at the grassroots level. This was never done by these Negroes whom you recognize of national stature. They controlled you, but they never incited you or excited you. They controlled you, they contained you. They kept you on the plantation.
$69 device melts belly fat and builds incredible abs. An ingenious college athlete from Berkeley just destroyed.
As soon as King failed in Birmingham, Negroes took to the streets.
Got out to sponsor.
King got out and went out to California to a big rally and raised about, I don't know how many thousands of dollars. Come to Detroit and had a march and raised some more thousands of dollars. And
yeah, shout out to my brother Chopper TV. Talk about some Malcolm X. We're going to talk about it afterward. So anybody welcome to hit the link.
Oh, right after that, Wilkins attacked King, accused King and the Corps of starting trouble everywhere and then making the NAACP get him out of jail and spend a lot of money. And then he accused King and Corps of raising all the money and not paying it back. This happened. I got it in documented evidence in the newspaper. Roy started attacking King and King started attacking Roy and Farmer started attacking both of them. And as these Negroes of national stature begin to attack each other, they begin to lose their control of the Negro masses. And Negroes was out there in the streets. They was talking about, we're going to march on Washington. By the way, and right at that time, Birmingham had exploded, and the Negroes in Birmingham, remember, they also exploded. They began to stab the crackers in the back and bust them upside the head. Yes, they did. That's when Kennedy sent in the troops down in Birmingham. So, and right after that, Kennedy got on the television and said, this is a moral issue. That's when he said he's going to put out a civil rights bill. And when he mentioned civil rights bill and the Southern crackers started talking about they were going to boycott it or filibuster it, then the Negroes started talking about what? We're going to march on Washington, march on the Senate, march on the White House, march on the Congress, and tie it up, bring it to a halt. Don't let the government proceed. They even said they was going to go out to the airport and lay down on the runway and don't let no airplanes land. I'm telling you what they said. That was revolution. That was revolution. That was the black revolution. It was the grassroots out there in the street. Scared the white man to death. Scared the white power structure in Washington, D.C. to death. I was there. When they found out that this black steamroller was going to come down on the Capitol, they called in Wilkins. They called in Randolph. They called in these national Negro leaders that you respect and told them, call it off. Kennedy said, look, y'all letting this thing go too far. And old Tom said, boss, I can't stop it because I didn't start it. I'm telling you what they said. They said, I'm not even in it, much less at the head of it. They said, these Negroes are doing things on their own. They're running ahead of us. And that old shrewd fox, he said, well, if you all aren't in it, I'll put you in it. I'll put you at the head of it. I'll endorse it. I'll welcome it. I'll help it. I'll join it. A matter of hours went by. They had a meeting at the Carlisle Hotel in New York City. The Carlisle Hotel is owned by the Kennedy family. That's the hotel Kennedy spent the night at 2 nights ago. Belongs to his family. A philanthropic society headed by a white man named Stephen Currier called all the top civil rights leaders together at the Carlisle Hotel and told them that by you all fighting each other, you're destroying the civil rights movement. And since you're fighting over money from white liberals, let us set up what's known as the Council for United Civil Rights Leadership. Let's form this council, and all the civil rights organizations will belong to it. And we'll use it for fundraising purposes. Let me show you how tricky the white man is.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
And as soon as they got it formed, they elected Whitney Young as the chairman. And who you think became the co-chairman? Stephen Currier, the white man. A millionaire. Powell was talking about it down at the Cobo today. This is what he was talking about. Powell knows it happened. Randolph knows it happened. Wilkins knows it happened. King knows it happened. Every one of that so-called Big Six. They know what happened. Once they formed it with the white man over it, he promised them and gave them $800,000 to split up between the Big Six, and told them that after the march was over, they'd give them $700,000 more.
Y'all heard that, right? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard that. I'm gonna rewind that back. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard what he just said. They paid off our leaders. If y'all heard that, put a 1 in the chat, please. I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit.
With the white man over it,
thank you.
He promised them and gave them $800,000
AB Swain, that's my blood.
to split up
right there.
between
Much
the
love.
big six,
Much love.
and told them that after the march was over, they'd give them $700,000 more.
I see you out there. No
$1.5 million split up between leaders that you've been following, going to jail for, crying crocodile tears for, and they've nothing but Frank James and Jesse James and brothers. Soon as they got the setup organized, the white men made available to them top public relations experts, opened the news media across the country at their disposal, and then they began to project these big six as the leaders of the march. Originally, they weren't even in the march. You was talking this march talk on Hastings Street. Is Hastings Street still here? On Hastings Street. You was talking the march talk on Lenox Avenue, and down on Fillmore Street, and Central Avenue, and 42nd Street, and 63rd Street. That's where the march talk was being talked. But the white man put the big six ahead of it, made them the march. They became the march. They took it over. And the first move they made after they took it over, they invited Walter Reuther, a white man. They invited a priest, a rabbi, and an old white preacher. Yes, an old white preacher. The same white element that put Kennedy in power labored, the Catholics, the Jews, and liberal Protestants. Same clique that put Kennedy in power joined the March on Washington. It's just like when you got some coffee that's too black, which means it's too strong. What you do, you integrate it with cream. You make it weak.
Shout out my brother, he who enlightens.
If you pour too much cream in, you won't even know you ever had coffee. It used to be hot, it becomes cool. It used to be strong, it becomes weak.
I see you, brother.
It used to wake you up, now it'll put you to sleep. This is what they did with the March on Washington. They joined it. They didn't integrate it, they infiltrated it. They joined it, became a part of it, took it over. And as they took it over, it lost its militancy. They ceased to be angry. They ceased to be hot. They ceased to be uncompromising. Why, it even ceased to be a march. It became a picnic, a circus. Nothing but a circus with clowns and all. You had one right here in Detroit. I saw it on television with clowns leading it, white clowns and black clowns. I know you don't like what I'm saying, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I can prove what I'm saying. If you think I'm telling you wrong, you bring me Martin Luther King and A. Philip Randolph and James Farmer and those other three, and see if they'll deny it over a microphone. No, it was a sellout. It was a takeover. When James Baldwin came in from Paris, they wouldn't let him talk because they couldn't make him go by the script. Burt Lancaster read the speech that Baldwin was supposed to make. They wouldn't let Baldwin get up there because they know Baldwin liable to say anything. They controlled it so tight, they told those Negroes what time to hit town, how to come, where to stop, what sign to carry, what song to sing, what speech they could make and what speech they couldn't make, and then told them to get out of town by sundown. And every one of those towns were out of town by sundown. Now, I know you don't like my saying this, but I can back it up. It was a circus, a performance. It beat anything Hollywood could ever do. The performance of the year. Ruther and those other three devils should get a Academy Award for the best actors because they acted like they really loved Negroes and fooled a whole lot of Negroes. And the 6 Negro leaders should get an award too for the best supporting cast.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being clear without irritation. CeraVe Acne.
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes for you, you're free to do not taxes.
See a nigga like me. See a nigga like me.
Yo, clean on this one.
See a nigga like me, I don't never trip, I be keeping it P. Hit a nigga bitch, he ain't really P. I know Schoon got the Glock in his reach, dead nigga to tram, you reach ET. Some killers they lurking, they waiting to creep. He got in that room and he couldn't wait to speak. I think about rice every time that I sleep. I can tell you right now, this ain't even my peak. That money counter, love the sound when it beat. I pull out a roll, turn your bitch to a free. Whatever I say, she gon' do it for free. Whatever I say, she gon' do it for me. Shit, I'm at the bank, heard you looking for me. I got in this shit and I'm playing for keeps. I just went up and won't give up the lead. Keep my foot on their neck, make it hard for them to breathe. My man on the tech trying to run up a beat. I got a few tricks on my sleeve. I hate a bitch that be always in need, but I love a bitch that get down on her knees. Going straight to the top and this shit in my reach. I'm taking your spot cause you niggas sweet. They ain't win the game, them niggas got sweet. See a nigga like me, I don't never trip, I be keeping it P. Hit a nigga bitch, he ain't really P. I know Schoon got the Glock in his reach, dead nigga to tram, you reach ET. Some killers they lurking, they waiting to creep. He got in that room and he couldn't wait to speak. I think about rice every time that I sleep. I can tell you right now, this ain't even my peak. That money counter, love the sound when it beat. I pull out a roll, turn your bitch to a free. Whatever I say, she gon' do it for free. Whatever I say, she gon' do it for me. Shit, I'm at the bank, heard you looking for me. I got in this shit and I'm playing for keeps. I just went up and won't give up the lead.
Have a good night. Let me shout out the crowd real quick. Stop that. Make sure nothing don't play. Give me a second. Yeah, let me.
My mother is darker than I am. My mother is lighter than I am.
Let me shout out He Who Enlightens, my brother. Empress Summer Rain, Cheryl Williams. Hold on. King Genocide. Royal and Loyal. Cheryl Williams, El Solo. Equator 7, Jan Renee. B. Swain, shout out to B. Swain. That's my sister. That's my blood sister. Much love, that always. Christopher, Noble New, Bronze Flat Power God, Hurricane, Mississippi Top Troll, Popcornologist, Chop TV Sector, Hawkeye, Silent, ED, Empress Goddess Namaste, Haru, the Duke of the Great Lakes, JP the Inspiring Matriarch, Purple Stoner, Royal and Loyal, Brother Knowledge, Key Norfolk, Dark Star, my brother D. Allen Warren. Make sure I ain't forget nobody. Appreciate all of y'all. Can't you? Humbling Soul. Appreciate all. Hold on. The first one here, the official Truth Seeker. Like I said, y'all welcome to throw y'all channel links out. The link is pinned. You know, y'all, shout out my brother Q the Saint. Y'all heard those videos. What do y'all think about those videos, man? They was mind blowing what the brother Malcolm was saying. You know, in both of the videos, how they paid, 1.5 million to those leaders to sell us out. I heard that. You know, those puppet leaders who still selling us out. Like I said, I'ma be going in on this dead history of Black History Month because all our leaders got assassinated. They all dead. If they didn't get assassinated, they're selling us out from the 60s to 2023. That's why we have no leadership in our community. That's why every other community have leaders except for our leaders, the Black community. So shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna play a couple more songs, man. Nobody want to hit the link. We're gonna play a couple more songs. Let's see where we at. We should listen to the miseducation of the American Negro. Well, shout out to all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Here we go. We're gonna go with Certified Sachi, Magic Wine. Share the screen. This Certified Sachi.
I'm about a chick, you get chicken, ain't no being doing it all about a chick. You get chick, for me the plug, build a barn, and you the plug. Magic wand, be like it fast when flipping the bomb and re-up again. Magic wand, but if you get caught, why be a pawn? Don't tell them jack. Magic wand, and hang some money so you can make bond and get this shit back. Magic wand, I got a magical wrist, I can take 4 and a half and turn it to a 6 in the kitchen, I'm whipping it, bitch. Like I'm a pimp on the hold and they turning on trees, yeah, I'm known and chill remix. But my originals almost like they hit, so I might put love with your beef, blowing gas on the passenger seat, making plans to get rich. You want me to cut like fit now, but I'm fitting all this dick in your bitch jaw. Headlines out y'all net raw, which I'm still think we eat. Free my nigga coke boy, you ever really said dope boy? Give my number check, but come and sheet. Scared to do what the show boy now for real. I ain't tell nigga, I don't know about you. I don't gang bang, but I like my money blue. I ain't said tripping though, I take red 50s too, and I pull it with a chauffeur every time I come through. I'm a trap nigga, I don't know about you. I don't gang bang, but I like my money blue. I ain't said tripping though, I take red 50s too, and I pull it with a chauffeur every time I come through. Everything that I do is by a chick. You get checks, so when you see me on your set, it's by the chick. You get check my name, she gon' show you that I'm by the chick. You get check, ain't no being doing it all by the chick. You get check, ain't go meet the plug, build the barn, and you the plug. Magic wand, be like this fast when flipping the bomb, and real again. Magic wand, but if you get caught, why be a pawn? Don't tell them check. Magic wand, and I ain't some money so you can make bond and get this shit back. Magic wand, I don't got talent, I'm giving so people get lifted on shit that I say in my rap. Cause I ain't like most of these rappers, I really put crack into straps to make plays. I'll attack in my raps. You think that I'm lying? When I was doing time, I trapped out through the pen. Return to sin on the west side. Nigga, I was getting it pack in. And try to live too when I fell through. Free my nigga Mac Kilo. He struck with bombs, no C4. They got him going on the D-Lo. I should teach my son I was like Young Jock. In trap school like Mr. Bird. Cause if I ain't got it, I can get you served. A war nigga like West. But ain't a lot of people long way. Try to be around town with the arm straight across 3 running through the pounds. And can't have the bricks in the city locked down. And I see fat dad still a rock off the ground. Hustle all through my DNA. My dad was the chase, so my mama had to get it on her own. Then I go around her pocket full of stone. Ever since then, I've been trying to get it going. Everything that I do is by the chick. You get check, so when you see me on your set, it's by the chick. You get check my time, she gon' show you that I'm by the chick. You get check, and ain't no being doing it all by the chick. You get check, ain't go meet the plug, build the barn, and you the plug. Magic wand, be like that fast when flipping the bomb and real again. Magic wand, but if you get caught, why be a pawn? Don't tell them jack. Magic wand, and I ain't some money so you can make bond and get this shit back. Magic wand.
He deep, who hotter?
Bacteria, viruses, and parasites that cause disease have the potential to be very dangerous to humans and animals. We've gotten better at dealing with disease, but that hasn't always been the case. Many diseases have been affecting human populations for thousands of years.
Give me 1 second, everybody. Thought I had E Deep getting ready to play, but my computer acting crazy. Chris Cyphers. Volley Ray, what's good, brother? Much respect.
I see a lot of self-hate in the community. People hating on each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, oh boy, this shit banging. My mind is in the future, why they stuck up in the past? Niggas caught up in the loop, and that shit would never end. I'm from Queensboro, Boulevard plus the Ave. If I see the whole world in my face, then I can have. I keep doing me, make a hater turn shit face. Keep my name in their mouth, tell them how my dick tastes. Y'all know what's up though, y'all don't want the full clip, let a nigga nuts go. Y'all be on some bullshit, niggas don't crazy, and I see they way off. No attention is the lesson that they trying to pay y'all. My sessions be executive, smoking like a straight boss. Tomb Raider stone, then I call it Laura Croft. All the malls got some new wheels like my auto car, auto start when I push the button, flex the auto park. Jewelry different colors like tropical fruit. I got the groove and come organic, not impossible food. Colossal I move, how the fuck you stopping to do? More rocking my jewels, something you ain't copping that's new. So how you see me? See we Cyphers and dangerous, even with some rope in the tree. You couldn't hang with us, never manufactured, rooted from the land. Yeah, my hustle gotta hustle when they moving with them grams. That's the plan. Maintain the shit that we own. And your paper, not my paper. Tell them niggas we own. Yeah.
Much love and respect from Big Dog, Philly OG. You know, the point that I want to touch on, what I see is too many teachers and not enough warriors. And we need warriors right now.
Hey yo, my oracle, looking through the scope, I'm like a oracle. Death get recorded through the lens, call it a horoscope. I've been trying to find it all, big and small. You know how it is when you climb and a nigga fall. They try to throw my name in the dirt, then my shit emerge. Kinda like a cat when it pounce on a sitting bird. Niggas, they be sitting ducks. When you catch them slipping and you hit them up. Winchester got more than gas if you feelin' pump. Me and Chris Cyphers firing on the masses. Like metal that was forged in fire from the Damascus. 1, 2, puff it and pass, then flick the ashes. Anger written all on your face, this shit is madness. I'm up though, you don't want it with me if it's gun smoke.
I was saying basically, if you have music, email it to me or put it in the chat. Yes, I play people music from YouTube.
Big Dog.
I got you, brother. It's almost over.
Oh, okay. All good.
Now you good. I hear you loud and clear. As soon as this song finishes, we're gonna start talking, brother.
Oh, okay. All good.
I had to free my body of those toxins. Shout out to sponsor. Spitting that shit. What's good, brother? You got a Grand Rising.
And then Grand Rising, bro. Just tapping in.
Tapping in. Did you hear any of the videos I played? Both of the Malcolm X videos?
Yeah, man. That's something else there. But you know, that reminds me, there's a book called The Accommodation that talks about how the so-called black pastors in Dallas basically did the same thing, but on a different level. They didn't even do no protesting. They basically just sold out and agreed to keep the Negro population calm. Because if you notice, Martin never came to Dallas. He tried, but he never came. None of the major civil rights leaders came to Dallas. If you ever notice that, look at the history, because there's this book by this Jewish dude, I forgot his name, it's Schwartz or something like that, called The Accommodation. And it just details and outlines how that was the agenda. They're like, hey, we gonna keep our niggas good and quiet here in Dallas. And they sold out. So it's on record. So even the civil rights leaders that was on the national stage, they sold out. And the ones, especially because I'm from Dallas, I know that for sure. They was not rocking no whatsoever. And you got leaders now, quote unquote, civil rights leaders now, like Freddie Haynes. He's a Democrat. He down with their agenda. And all the preachers, T.D. Jakes and them, they all with the agenda. It's almost like when they come into any kind of leadership in the religious world, they already down.
Yes,
I mean, it's
sir.
like just to get in and get on board. They gotta be down with the program.
Sean, I see you out there. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying, it's just
Night
this pattern.
Little Mayhem.
Yeah. So it's like this pattern. It gotta stop, man. And like I had said on a couple of panels I've been on, it's time for us to form the Aboriginal American Council of Elders and Warriors for that very reason. And my whole thing is this. We gotta create, and say I'm down for it, doing builds.
Pretty eyes.
We
I see
gotta
you
create,
with love and respect.
we gotta create an extraction model